So you yelled at Olin Kreutz for trying to take some shine when you were getting a one-on-one block?
Yeah, totally. We always helped each other no matter what. We were always looking out. And Olin always had your back if you slipped or something wasn't going right. That particular day, I was in the zone, and I said I wanted to go myself.
Was he receptive to you yelling at him?
He totally. We had a great bond. Olin and I had so much fun playing together. It really rejuvenated my spirit for playing football, being next to him, and the environment that he created in that locker room with us. So, no, we never had any issues. I think we may have had one little situation, but that situation brought us closer together.
Can you share?
Oh, it was a play where we gave up a sack. We were probably, it was some type of slide protection. I can vividly remember it. I slid out too far, and he came in a little later than I thought because I was going to help John, and we get back to the sideline, and we argue about, I tell him I'm going to help John, and he tells me, you're going to help John too soon, and that's how we gave up the sack. We looked at the film, and we looked at each other and was like, a little bit of both of us. So we grew from that. We got to know each other a lot better and how to work with each other by making a mistake.
See, we've been talking about that. That's how it's supposed to work. When you argue with each other or something, then you get through it and it brings you close together. Olin's been in the news quite a bit this week. Ruben, are you hip to this stuff?
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah,
I've heard all this has been going down.
Would you have ever taken a job for $15 an hour to teach offensive line for a team?
I told some of my friends what was going on in this situation, and they were like, "Are you for real?" They were flabbergasted at the amount for doing it for a professional team, and so you see the reaction.
What did you make of George McCaskey saying, "Take everything that Olin Kreutz says with a grain of salt"?
I'm totally not surprised he would respond that way. It's just, look at his track record of how he responds to some of those things. I think he's more unaware, and I hate to throw little fuel on the fire, but I don't think he and Olin really ever got along or knew each other well. So, I think he didn't think too much of his comment.
Yeah, no, clearly. Did you? What were your interactions with George like when you were there? Was he in the ticket office when you would need some tickets, Ruben?
Oh, yeah. I got in a big blow up with him in the ticket office, and Olin actually had to come get me because I'm yelling at him like, who is this guy in the ticket office causing me this problem? And Olin had to pull me aside and like, that's McCaskey, one of the, they're part of the team. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I said, but still, we had the issue with the tickets, and we cleared it. He and I cleared it up, and I had never had much more dealings with him after that.
Why does everybody fight with the owner of the team in the ticket office? what the hell's going on in this ticket office? I don't understand. I
did not know the owner of the team was in the ticket office. I probably would have behaved a lot differently, but it went over well. I tell you this: everyone in the ticket office after that loved me.
Oh, because you talked back a little bit to the owner?
Yeah, I said some things maybe they probably had on their mind, but we smoothed it over. That type of stuff happens in-house. You guys know there's a history of in-house squabbles of fussing and fighting, but eventually we get over it. We did get over it because we went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you did.
That helped. Winning helps.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
What are the differences from the way that the Bears were run to the way that the Bills were run from the family at the top in your time? We're trying to figure out what they can learn in this moment.
All right. So the Buffalo Bills up top were run a lot tighter. because while I was there, Ralph C. Wilson, the original owner of the team, was there, and he was running it. And he had a nice guy, Jimmy Johnson type approach to the whole deal. He was very personable with the players. He came down there to find out what you needed and what you wanted, but also put the pressure to you to go out and perform because he's paying you to perform, So we had a really good bond. All of the players that ever came through the Buffalo Bills, they had a really good bond with the owner of the team. Where the difference is in the Chicago Bears, the Virginia doesn't actually, she at that time she's way older than Ralph Wilson, and did not. She's not that involved with the organization as Ralph and his team of professionals that he set up are. Virginia's kind of relying on, I guess, the rest of the family members, her sons and people like that, to kind of run the organization. So it has a little bit different feel, but community-wise and the people that want to get in that building and work for the Bears is way more than a lot of other players. I mean, that's a historic landmark organization. Everybody wants to go work or play for the Chicago Bears.
Olin told us a story about him and George having the issue because George had an issue with someone in the ticket office because someone was shirtless in the ticket office, and George was upset. Was that you, or is this a different ticket office incident with George McCaskey? I'm just confused.
Yeah, I think this is a different ticket office incident because obviously Olin was there years before I ever showed up. So I think they had already built up the tension in that ticket office.
This is unbelievable to me.
Yeah, so George is fighting with the shirtless and the shirted.
He's fighting with multiple players in ticket offices. What the hell's going on?
Well, I came to Chicago not knowing the high demand for tickets. I just thought players could come in and put an order in for tickets, and we'd get it. I was in Buffalo, and I could order 10, 15 tickets, and I'm getting them no matter what. Well, Chicago, no. You're not going to get them because it's a sold house, and we're only allotted an X amount of tickets. And I was just like, what? Are you kidding me? I'm playing here, and I can't buy tickets to the game? And he comes out, we get into it, and Olin drags me, pulls me over, you don't want to be arguing with him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good friend pulling you away from the owner.
I'm picturing nights in Bourbonnais, okay, at Bears training camp, right? And
you guys know too much.
Yeah, we might. Because our friend Pat Mannelly, he has told us about times where, you guys might go out to TJ Donlan's, try to go beer for beer, and then you come back to the hallways and Pat would have, 8 to 10 Baconators from Wendy's that you guys would say. Would you knock down a Baconator or two at the end of a night, Ruben?
Oh, my God. One night, Kyle Orton and I went to Steak and Shake, and that's why I can never eat Steak and Shake again. I probably ordered $50 worth of Steak and Shake
for yourself.
And ate it. Most of it I ate myself. Kyle probably had a bite or two, and I ate it on the hood of my truck. And we waddled back into the dorm rooms. And the next day, I was like, I'm never going to Steak and Shake ever again. I get sick when I see Steak and Shake now. I'm sorry, Steak and Shake.
It's delicious. It's delicious.
They accept your apology.
They're doing fine, man. You're not going to take down Steak and Shake.
I don't want to hurt their business. I want to disparage anyway.
Oh man, so the nights out that did not end in the munchies. Who was the crew? What was the crew going out during training camp?
Well, I never went out. I would go out all the time by myself. But when I was going out, I was next to Olin. I'd be next to Olin, and, we would see an array of different guys, depending on the course of the camp. Early in the camp, maybe the first couple of days, you'll see Urlacher, and you'll see Mike Brown and a few guys. But as camp went on, you're going to see none of those guys because it got tough and everything. But I was an old Grizzly veteran, so I'd waddle up to the bar every night and, have a nightcap before I go back to the dorms.
That's outstanding. See, that's the stuff, right? You got to miss that camaraderie. Have you filled it in? You hang out with buddies and try to recreate those feelings? Tough to do.
I don't get it as much as I'd like to, but yeah, I stay in touch with a few of my football friends. I don't get out to Chicago as much, but actually I'm going to name drop. I'm coming out for the Buddy Guy concert next week. Yeah. Always. I'm a huge fan of his, and he's been nothing but lovely to me and my friends whenever we show up to the club. So I have to make a pilgrimage each year because this is the month he'll do a whole set Thursday to Sunday for the whole month. And so I'm going to be out there for that. And I'll end up seeing maybe a few guys. But, we do. All of the football players, we miss the camaraderie because we were so used to seeing each other every day. And now, it's been years since I've seen Olin face-to-face, and it's been years since I've seen Pat Mannelly. And I never tell him about Camp Mannelly. I'd much rather hang out with Camp Mannelly, but I know I never see him ever again.
Camp Mannelly. That's a different dude. Yeah.
Yeah, two different dudes. You got it.
He's got no responsibilities. Well, that's awesome. Buddy Guy doing those January shows at his Club Legends down there on Wabash that is the real deal Chicago Blues history. I love that you come back for that. We'll send Olin and Pat and a Baconator over to you at Buddy Guy.
All right, I'm down. I can squeeze down a half a Baconator now.
Just half. You're selling yourself short.
Yeah.
Well, Ruben, it's very cool that you're promoting this 11 to 3 this Saturday, Hamilton Park Fieldhouse, 513 West 72nd Street, and your buddy Des Clark going to be out there signing autographs.
Yeah, cool. I really wanted to make it out there, but I have prior obligation. And the one thing that I want everyone to, I got involved with this after I went and spoke to my doctors. That's plain and simple. Us athletes, we're close with our doctors. We're always monitoring our health and everything. So once this COVID came up, I'm already close with my doctor. So I closely, asked all these questions. Where do I stand? What should I do? And from the information he gave me, for me, I decided to get vaccinated and boosted. And so, this outing gives the community of people that are nervous or apprehensive about it, it gives them a chance to come out there, see the athletes, talk to them about it, talk to a professional. They're going to be professional doctors. They're going to be all of the top people out there that are going to give you informed information about COVID-19 and what your role can be in this and how to be safe and whether the vaccines and the booster is for you. I'm hoping everyone does, but that's my stance that I take, and I don't want to disparage anyone else that has a different view than that. I'm just promoting my view, and my view is go out, talk to your doctors, and talk about the vaccine and get the vaccine.
That's very well said, and we hope people take you up on it and go see Des Clark, 11 to 3, Hamilton Park Fieldhouse this Saturday, 513 West 72nd Street. Ruben, this was awesome, man, and Bears fans are texting in and tweeting us and saying that they love hearing from you, so don't be a stranger. We'd love to talk again soon.
Oh, awesome, man. I love hearing that because, I like I said, I adore Chicago, and I'm looking forward to coming out for the shows. I'll be out there for 2 shows.
Outstanding.
All right, well, enjoy
Thanks,
the shows,
Ruben.
Thank you.
Awesome. Take care.
That's Ruben Brown, 9-time Pro Bowler.
That's awesome. What a warm guy, which is what we'd always heard from people who were friendly with him. And, man,
I don't know. I don't understand what happens in this ticket office.
We're up to 2. We're up to 2 stories of players fighting with a McCaskey who ends up being George in charge of the whole damn thing.
I honestly am more confused now than I was with the initial stuff because, okay, a one-off and a shirtless thing, and it's paternalistic, but you can see it like, hey, be professional. You don't walk around an office without your shirt on. But now there's a second issue of an owner fighting a player over tickets when you own the team. I do not understand what's happening.